Hello and welcome back to the Lincoln Loco 2, the final games of the regular season today. Tranmere and Shrewsbury await. Playoffs are still a possibility for us, but it's out of our hands, and that's due to us not really playing particularly well in between episodes. So you were last here, of course, for the draw to Wigan and the loss to Peterborough. Not the best. Straight after that, we played Luton in the league. Beat them 2-1, so that was really good. Mark Mason and Tyler Monk getting the goals. Tyler Monk leaving it pretty late to get the winner, but it was an important 3 points, and a very important 3 points because we lost the next 3 games. So despite us playing teams quite far down the table, we just haven't played particularly well. All these teams, apart from Chester, have been in the bottom half. So the win to Luton was expected. That was good. We then lost to Blackburn 2-1. We were 2-0 down. Wade Ross brought one back to make it 2-1, but not the great result. We then played Rotherham and lost 3-2. They had a man sent off, but it was the very end of the game. They were doing quite well in the game. Mason and Ross with the goals once again, so both of them getting on the score sheet. Wasn't enough to get the 3 points, though. And then we had a humbling 2-0 loss to Crewe. So that was really frustrating. After those games, I was kind of like, well, playoffs aren't really going to be ours. But then we go and beat Chester 2-1. They scored a penalty, but Jimmy Campbell, after Tyler Monk scored in the 9th minute, Jimmy Campbell scores in the 93rd minute to pick up the win. So only 2 wins in the last 5, 3 losses. It's not the best, but we still have a chance of playoffs, and it's not in our hands, but it kind of is in our hands. We're 7th, just outside of playoffs, but we are level on points with Doncaster, level on goal difference with them as well. And actually, look at why are we below them? It's a goal scored. That's the issue. The goal scored. That's the issue. That's why we're below them. But we've not conceded many this season. Again, we're quite good defensively. Just going forward, we just lack a little bit going forward. 10 extra goals, we'd be well in the playoffs, maybe even automatic. It's just those, we just need those extra goals, basically. Now, we do have probably the kindest fixtures going into the final 2 games. We're playing Tranmere in 23rd and Shrewsbury in 21st. So, on paper, solid wins for us, but we've seen how we've been in the last few games, and we, of course, you saw us last episode nearly lose to Wigan, who have now been relegated. So it's not all sorted out for us yet. We do have to rely on, of course, outscoring Doncaster or Doncaster losing. Doncaster, they have pretty difficult fixtures. I think they've got Oxford in 5th and Middlesbrough in 3rd. So I'd like to think that Doncaster will slip up and will take their place. But of course, Bristol Rovers also on 70 points, Wimbledon on 69 points, even Coventry on 65 points. All these teams could still get playoffs and things like that. Middlesbrough are pretty much confirmed for automatics or playoffs. Peterborough we could probably catch it with Oxford maybe as well if they lose to Doncaster. It's anyone's game still. It's going to be tight. It's going to go down to the wire. So strap yourselves in. This is the lineup then for the game against Tranmere. It's the same lineup we played, or the same formation at least. Maybe not quite the same lineup we played against Wigan when nearly lost to Wigan. So it's risk, but I think we should have enough to do it. We've got McClement in goal with a backline of Turiak, Richard Smith, Hunter and Hartop. Goff and Ramage in the middle with Robbins, Monk and Griffiths in that attacking midfield. We're moving to the attacking midfield today because we need some goals. And with 17 goals to his name this season, Wade Ross starts up front. So then, kickoff is upon us. Penultimate game of the season. We're at home, so we've got the home crowd advantage. Hopefully a lot of them come out. We need to be keeping an eye on the table. Then we need to be keeping an eye on Doncaster and Bristol Rovers and Wimbledon and teams around us. Monk puts a crossing very early on. Melgoff with the goal 3 minutes into the game. It puts us temporarily into 6th. Only Goff's second goal of the season, to be fair. I thought he would have had a few more than that. Either way, it's a very, very important goal for us. He's got it. And we move into 6th as things stand. Doncaster are playing Oxford today. Into Oxford they play first, then Middlesbrough. So we can keep an eye out for that Doncaster-Oxford game. That's absolutely huge. To be fair, who are Peterborough and Middlesbrough playing, actually, while we're at it? Peterborough are playing Wigan, who are bottom of the table. Middlesbrough are playing Crewe, who are mid-table. So they're probably going to win both of their games, although Oxford have just gone 1-0 up against Doncaster, so that's good for us. So since the goal, no highlights, which, literally as I say that, a highlight comes across. I was about to say I'm very happy with that because it means no goals for them, but we have the players, we're what am I talking about? We're the team coming forward with our players. Robin's now on the ball, puts it into Wade Ross, who plays it back to Goff, the goal scorer, who loses possession. Tranmere now with a chance to counter-attack. Smith with a good tackle, but still Tranmere coming forward with the ball into the middle. They've got men in an offside position. The ball's over the bar. It's fine. We can cool down, but we've been let off there. It's still looking okay for us. It's still looking okay. Doncaster are actually losing their game because they've dropped back down to 70 points now. So as things stand, there is a 3-point gap between us and Doncaster, and we've got 2 better goal difference. So going into the final game at half-time, if results finish like this, it's in our hands for the final game for playoffs, which is exciting. Still a second half to go though, and anything can happen still. You know, it's still quite a close game in terms of the stats. We've not played particularly well at this final few stages of the season. Hopefully, though, we hold on. Crowd of 2,800, 800 away fans, so 2,000 of our own fans. I would have thought a few more might turn out for a promotion push. It's not the case. With Lincoln City finishing down in 17th at the very best, we are confirmed not just the best team in Lincoln, but the best team in Lincolnshire. So that's a fantastic little stat for us. I think we can really be proud of that. We're the best team in Lincolnshire. Better than Lincoln City, better than Grimsby, better than Scunthorpe, Boston. I mean, there's no other teams really in Lincolnshire. It's not a very competitive county. If we talk about the East Midlands as a whole, though, we've got all the Nottingham teams, the Derby teams, you've got Leicester. So a long way to go to be the best team in the East Midlands. 70 minutes on the clock, though, and we are still going good. Wade Ross not having any effect in this game. He seems to be hot and cold. We're going to bring old Marky Mason on, see if we can get up to 10 goals total this season. I think he's sitting on 9, actually, in all competitions. So we need to get up to 10. 10 goals, and I think we might be able to get a good deal for him in summer, maybe. We'll bring Carl Smith on for Hunter as well at the back, just to try and solidify things a little bit. A little bit of a fresh face at the back might do us some good. And with 10 minutes to go, can we hold on? Curse to the commentator, maybe, as they are coming forward now. Tranmere, although Richard Smith gets the header in, but again, the ball's been put forward. Bishop's in behind the defence. Oh, he's put it in the back of the net. But as things stand, other teams around us not doing so good. So we do hold on to that final place. Let's go very attacking. Push forward out there. We want this goal now. We need this goal now. Oh, okay. We're still okay. As things stand, it's still in our hands, still in our hands going into the final game of the season. Although maybe not, as Monk gets injured, he's probably going to miss the final game of the season, and maybe even playoffs at this rate, if that's the case. So Tommy Hole will come on for him as the final substitute. Bring him on as a poacher on attack. We need a goal at the end of this game. Maybe Mason or Tommy Hole can get it with 5 minutes of added time. One final push forward. We're on very attacking. We're still in the playoffs as things stand, but only by a point, not the 3 points we wanted. And as the clock ticks down, I don't think we're going to be getting the goal. As Griffiths puts the crossing cleared, and that's going to be that as Tranmere clear their lines. How have we not beaten Tranmere, who are pretty much going to get relegated? It's a travesty that we haven't done it. We can't finish any higher than 6th now. We potentially, though, could finish as low as 9th. There's a lot at stake still. We have to win the next game now, though. We have to win it. I won't lie to you. I am very nervous. Very, very nervous now looking at this table. It's anyone's game still from us down to Wimbledon. Doncaster, then, they've got Middlesbrough next game. So in 4th, hopefully Middlesbrough win that. Bristol Rovers, who are they playing against? They've got Crewe in 12th, so that could be a tough game for them. Crewe, not a bad side. And Wimbledon, they have got, on the final day of the season, Coventry in 11th. So we've got the easiest game, technically, but as you've just seen, we can't seem to beat teams in the relegation zone, as Tyler Monk's out for 5 to 8 weeks with a fractured lower arm. I don't think we'll get him back next season. I don't think we've used him enough. So, probably say goodbye to Tyler Monk. See you later, lad. So it's a rare full week off before the Shrewsbury game. At some point, I'm sure we're going to have a team meeting. I'm sure I'm going to be told to do that, which is agonising. I hate doing that. In fact, I might just do what I usually do and just not do it, because I don't want to risk the morale of the players, because usually I get it all wrong and they just get really depressed. I don't do well with pressure. I do well with pressure in real life and things like that. At least I feel like I do. But when it comes to Football Manager, I just crumble. Tell you what, if we get playoffs, that is it's a massive achievement. To be fair, we've made slow improvements each year we've been in League One. Didn't quite think we'd actually get to the playoffs this season, so actually getting there is a bit of an overachievement. But I'm pretty happy with it. I'm obviously over the moon with it. Not just pretty happy, I'm over the moon with it. If it somehow worked and we got all the way through and won the playoffs and went to the Championship, that would be scary. I think we would just come straight back down. We really struggled in our first season in League One, and the step up from League One to the Championship is massive. I don't think we're ready to make that jump yet. So I think if we did get promoted this season, we would just come straight back down again. It depends how recruitment goes, but I genuinely feel that's how it would be. I thought it would be along those lines for League One, actually, after we got promoted from League Two. We narrowly avoided relegation from League One. From League One back to League Two. Survival is the key, because surviving that first season, you then got a season, you built that season, you then got the summer to build again, and you can really push on. At least that's how I see it. So if we did get promoted, obviously it would be all about survival, but I just don't think, even with all the work we could do as a club, we'd be able to do that in our first season in the Championship. We got promoted this year. Good stuff from Mel Goff down here, though. He's second with 59 key passes in League One this season. Only the 7 behind the guy ahead of him. The name's gone now, so I've missed it. And again, for the final week of training in the regular season, Admir Ramic is the best. He's always up here as the best player. I absolutely love him. He's been such a fantastic signing, Admir Ramic. He's just the boy, isn't he? Right, here we are then. The final game of the season against Shrewsbury. Away from home, but we have to win. Win it, we've got playoffs. Lose it, it's down to the other clubs. Draw it, down to the other clubs that are playing games as well. So it's not the easiest. It's not. And Shrewsbury are fighting for survival. They've got a chance. They're in the relegation zone right now, but if they win, they might escape the relegation zone. So it's a lot to play for both teams. It's absolutely massive. Now, I think what we're going to do, actually, we're going to swap back and put the CDM back on the pitch. Monk's injured. I don't really want to just play him for the sake of playing him. So Woodthorpe's going to come back on for him. But everyone else, I think I'm happy with. So let's just go for it. No, actually, there's one change I'm going to make. Wade Ross was rubbish in my last game. Mark Mason, this could be his last ever game for the club, Mark Mason. So he's going to start. He's going to bag a hat-trick. I can feel it now. Let's go for it. This is before you all start telling me in the comment section after we lose this game 3-0. Stop being sentimental, Tom. Stop playing Mark Mason just because he's a sentimental player. He's still good enough for this. He's still good enough for A level. Maybe not this level, but he's still good enough. He's got the history of goals to back everything up. He's a natural born goal scorer. Maybe not for League One level. League Two, National League, yes. League One, maybe not. He's not proved himself yet. But Shrewsbury's corner cleared. No, come on. We want playoffs, lads. Come on. Well, it's not a superb start to the game, Tom. We've already gone behind Doncaster now because of it. So Middlesbrough, please do your thing. Beat them. No one else below us win, please. That would be beautiful. Tell you what, let's go up to attacking already. Shrewsbury had 3 shots to ours. It's not going well. Oh, it's gone from bad to worse. Ramic is now off the pitch with an injury. Campbell's got to come on for him. Oh, this is not going well. Why is Campbell not coming on? I don't want to click on him. Right, Campbell on. Let's go up to attacking and hope for the best. Come on, Middlesbrough. Come on, Middlesbrough. I know that you don't want to do us a favour because we've never lost to you. Oh, Wimbledon are winning their game now, so they're ahead of us, which means we drop down to 8th. We've still not had a shot in this game yet. What is going on? Very attacking. Push forward. We've now had the 1 shot, but it's... Oh, why are we not... Why is everything going wrong for me right at the end of a season? We could have had playoffs. Come on. Okay, McClement now with a goal kick. Smith on the ball. For God's sake, Smith, just do something. Okay, you've done something good. You've got the ball back. Turiak into Robbins. Come on, lads. Counter-attack now. Counter-attack like you've never counter-attacked before. Mason doesn't win the ball. Ball goes back to their goalkeeper. And now they're building Shrewsbury. I mean, this was not part of the plan. Hartop, beautiful. Campbell, Griffiths. Come on. Saved by the goalkeeper. We need to be more like this, okay? I can't do another shout because I've done too many in a quick succession. I think half time we switch to 2 strikers. We've got to bring Wade Ross on the pitch, I think. He's the one who's got the goals recently. He's got to come on. So Woodthorpe's going to move up front, but obviously not going to play up front as Mason moves over to the left. Wade Ross into that deep lying forward position. Actually, he can play as a deep lying forward quite nicely, so that's quite good. Aggressively, show me something else in the second half. Please show me. I mean, Woodthorpe looked demotivated there, but he's off the pitch now, so that doesn't matter. Woodthorpe's off. We've now got 2 strikers up there. We're on very attacking. We're going to say push forward right at the start of this second half. We need the goals. Doncaster are winning as well. That's awful. You hate to see that. Hartop into Campbell. Campbell to Griffiths. Mason. I told you he'd get the goal. His 10th of the season. Mason, right at the start of the second half, has pulled one back. One more goal and we are in the playoffs. Come on, boyos. So we're still a point behind Doncaster because they're beating Middlesbrough. To be fair, if Middlesbrough... No, because if Middlesbrough draw, Doncaster go back to 72 points and they're still ahead of us on the amount of goals scored because the goal difference is the same, which is rather annoying. So we need a winner out there. Push forward. Again, I'm just going to keep doing this. Every 10 minutes, just push forward. They've now got a highlight, Shrewsbury, and it's... Cross comes in, cleared. Now Robbins has got the chance to counter-attack. He puts the ball up towards Mason, who doesn't win it, but it only goes as far as Turiak, who... It's won by Robbins into Mason. Mason with time, with space. Mason, referee. Why has there not been a penalty there for that decision? The ball's gone out. If Shrewsbury score this, I'm going to go ballistic. Okay, great interception. Wade Ross coming forward with the ball. He's just biding the time. He puts it. Oh, what was that? Wade Ross. That was awful. And I hate this end-to-end football. If you dare score, don't. Great save. Great save from McClement. This is testing me. This is really testing me. To be fair, Robbins hasn't played well. But Griffiths has, though. I want to bring another strike. I can't do it yet. Let's just leave it for a little bit first, all right? Leave it for a little bit first. We might grab another goal still. I mean, Shrewsbury's still outplaying us. That's pretty abysmal. Let's switch it up this time. Show some passion, please. Show some passion. We've got 20 minutes to grab a goal. Just one goal will do it, lads. One goal will do it. Another Mark Mason. That would be a wonderful goal. Oh, is it 10 minutes? 10 minutes to go. Push forward. Like, I don't understand. Okay, what Leon Griffiths has played superb, right? Robbins hasn't, though. So we need to bring Tommy Holt. In fact, yeah, Tommy Holt, come on. You can play as a poacher on attack. We'll just do that. And then we've got a bit of an odd shape. I don't like this odd shape much. I think we'll move Griffiths into the middle. Can he play in the middle, Griffiths, actually? Not. Tyler Monk will come on for him. Risky. We can't make any more substitutes. Okay, so Griffiths has actually got to stay on the pitch in that attacking midfielder position. Right. It's gung-ho right now. We've got 10 minutes to grab a goal. I believe we can do it. I really think we can do it. Oh, but why is there no highlights? Just, come on. Just a highlight. Oh my God, there's a highlight. Come on. McClement out to Hartop. We've got 3 strikers. Surely we should be getting a goal here. Ross on the ball. Come on. Wade Ross on the ball. Oh, that could have been it if he just bloody passed it. We've got 5 minutes of added time. Okay. Just get creative. Get creative in these final 5 minutes. I want a highlight. Please. Please give me a highlight. Why are you being such a little prick, Football Manager? Okay. 10 seconds to grab a goal. I mean, a bit of urgency would be good, please. Fine. Don't do anything. Let the whistle just... He's... You hate to see this. You hate to see this. We've agonisingly missed out on the playoffs here. Oh, and that... Oh, it could have been that, couldn't it? That could have been it. I mean, to be fair, it's a good job we didn't get the playoffs because Ramic is injured now for 5 to 6 weeks, which is not good enough. And Wade Ross is out for 1 to 3 days. So it's... I mean, they wouldn't have even played in the semi-final, would they? Oh, I tell you what, it's such a heartbreaking way to end the season, that. 1 extra point from any of these games. The form we had, to be fair, at the end of the season was absolutely abysmal. So it's fair play that we didn't really do that well. You know, it's fair play that we've dropped out the playoffs and things like that. The form has been atrocious, but just 1 extra point from any of these games, like this Blackburn game, or the Peterborough game, or the Rotherham, like any of them, the Bury game at Peeve, and like just an extra point would have done it. Financially, it's not looking good, and we've still got to pay for stadium, we've got to pay for training ground and youth facility upgrades still. So next season, it's not good. Next season, we are going to be well in the red. So who's valuable? All right, who is valuable? That's kind of what we need to be looking at here, I think. Unfortunately, the top 3 players are all on loan for value, but Mark Mason at 225k, he's got to go, really, hasn't he? I mean, with that kind of money, he could save the club, from financial ruin at this stake. We will get, I think it's about £700,000, I think, for solidarity payments. But after that, we have to pay out probably $1 million still, if not more than $1 million, on the upgrades that we're having to the training facilities and youth facilities. So Leon Griffiths, I mean, he's played all right this season, to be fair, but if he's valued at £165,000, he also could be a player that goes. So it's going to be a very, very tricky summer. That's all I'll say. Very tricky summer. So obviously today is Thursday. Normally we have an episode out on Friday sort of thing, but I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm just going to play summer, play the pre-season. So episode 1 of season 12 will be out on Monday, so expect that then. No video tomorrow obviously because of that, but there is going to be a video on Saturday, part 2 of the experiment that we've got going on with the transfer embargo stuff. That's coming out on Saturday at 3 o'clock, just because I promised that already. I would move it to Friday, but I've already promised that in the video that's already come out, that it's going to come out on Saturday. So there we go. If you've not seen it yet, I'll leave a little thing up in the corner, but there'll also be an end card for it as well. So you want to click on the end card at the end of the video, that's absolutely fine too. In fact, actually, yeah, click on the end card because that gives me slightly more watch time, and watch time's quite good. So end card. I actually think I feel worse missing out on the playoffs than if we would have lost in the playoffs. Like, we were so close yet so far, and we just couldn't get a win. Just one of the games won, we'd be absolutely fine, but we just can't beat 2 teams that got relegated. 3 teams couldn't beat Wigan either. We need to work on that next season. We just need to get a better goal. I mean, Wade Ross on 17 goals is good, but we need someone with 25 goals, and we need the second player to have 17 goals. That's what we need. I'm being a little bit down. We have had an absolutely superb season, to be fair. Done so well to only just miss out on the playoffs, but it's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Next season we'll come back, hopefully stronger, hopefully in a better financial situation. I'm not quite sure about that. We'll see, but I'll see you then. I'll see you then for that. It's going to be exciting. Next season, hopefully, we'll be in that top 6 next season. Fingers crossed. So thank you very much for watching today's episode. If you've enjoyed it, despite the loss of, we didn't lose, did we? We just couldn't win. Despite not winning, please do drop a like on the video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And I'll see you next time for some more Lincoln Loco action.